D.I.E. You see, D.I.E. as an acronym is die, and that's what they want. They want the West to die. They want masculinity to die. They want fathers, the nuclear family, mothers, the thing that binds communities together. They want it to die to a far left radical agenda, which we know as communism. So I don't know why everyone says D.E.I. All of these acronyms are put together by someone. It's D.I.E. They want the West, everything we stand for in the West, our way of life, to die. Communist-inspired campaign run by the globalists.
Okay. I'm very happy you mentioned the masculinity crisis. So you're aware the West has a giant masculinity crisis. You guys want to start families and are against agendas such as feminism and uncontrolled abortion. I'm basically fed up with being called toxic. Given this rally is about sentencing guidelines, would you make misandry and false accusations a crime under a UK government?
Yeah, certainly. So there's two main points to consider. One is that there is no such thing as toxic masculinity. Yes, misogyny exists. The vast majority of men love and adore women. Ask any heterosexual man and they'll tell you that. Misandry does exist, but misandry exists on steroids, and that's all part of the campaign to split families up and to basically sell a dream to women that if they go to a job in which they work in a cage, and if they work for a measly salary which doesn't cut it, and if she waits until she's 35 to consider what God invented her for, which is to complement masculinity, both masculinity and femininity are equally as beautiful. Men can't have babies, women can. Women are revered in Christianity, unlike other faiths. Women are the center of the home, and the masculinity piece is obviously duty and respect and discipline. The two dovetail absolutely perfectly, and women have been sold a lie to reject that. Not all of them have become trans or subscribed to the most bizarre lefty ideologies, but the reality is that they have been sold an idea whereby you don't need men, you're absolutely fine as you are, and to reject maternity, motherhood, indeed the matriarch, and reject family life. Well, I can't think of a more noble, benevolent, obviously it's very godly career, raising children and managing the home, which is full-time job. I mean, there's 10 different jobs there, you know, and they've been sold this lie, and it is it actually breaks my heart because young eligible bachelors can't match with what they intrinsically want to match with because there's a severe shortage of that. Now, to your point about what we would legislate against, obviously, if you are calling out rape and you are lying as a woman, if you are a misandrist and you are abusive towards men, obviously that needs to be looked at from a legal perspective. Now, obviously under the current government, there will be all sorts of things in there to make it fair. But interesting that you say what you say. Today, there's an announcement from the government, which has been showcased on LBC, telling parents to rat their children out to prevent if they're watching misogynistic content online. Where to go with that? How do you unpack that? Misogyny is the hatred of women. Heterosexual men don't hate women. Actually, heterosexual men love women. Obviously, lots of homosexual men love women as well, but we're talking about men and women here, yeah? Heterosexuality. What sort of message is that sending with the I Hate Men campaign and hashtag Me Too and the toxic masculinity nonsense and this sort of rhetoric that's coming out of Keir Starmer's mouth at the moment? It is all designed, it's out of the communist playbook all together now. Kill the men off, kill the masculinity off, kill the God-fearing patriots off, and you have your land. You can have your wicked way with the land. It's right out of the communist playbook. And yes, of course, from a legal perspective, UKIP would be doing something about that. But it's not just about writing laws, guys. It's about re-educating. It's about making sure our national curriculum